you. Welcome to the April 26, 2022, 6:15 p.m. open session meeting of the Ayer Planning Board. First item on the agenda is a call to order, which we've just done. Approve tonight's agenda.
I can make a motion that we approve tonight's agenda.
Thank you. Do we have a second for the motion?
Seconded.
Thank you for the second. Any discussion on the agenda this evening?
Yes, I have a brief reminder of new business, and I don't see a place to say that.
Oh,
Where can I say
Oh,
it?
yeah,
New business, thank you. It's next to old business.
great.
Never mind.
Thank you. Anything else? All in favor?
Aye.
Fantastic. We don't have any covenants or bond releases, and I'm going to make a quick comment on this. This was placed there by someone who no longer work at the request of someone who no longer works full time in the town. We can remove it.
Covenant
From
bond
future
releases?
yes, from future agendas.
I
We
don't
can leave
know.
it there. It's up to you guys.
I don't think it's a bad idea, because when they do come up, and we
Good.
don't want to forget them.
Okay, great.
Actually,
Right.
I'd like to
Yeah.
comment on it too, because
Please.
I think it's a good idea. I think it actually begs the question, with the jobs that are going on,
Hmm?
how they're fully funded. They're just bond, like, Otto funded his own
Mhm.
bond, so the bond is still there.
Mhm.
No one's actually drawing the bonds down at all. Meaning Panther Place,
At least not yet.
excuse me, Maho would be the
Right.
obvious one,
Mhm.
and, excuse me, Curly Circle would be the other one.
Mhm.
So they're fully funded still. Although Curly Circle has pulled a lot of permits.
Oh, yeah. They're
So
almost
he
done.
hasn't asked for a bond release,
No.
is my question.
No.
So what was happening is, because the covenant bond releases have to take place across different departments and different buildings, sometimes the communication wasn't 100%. So we put it on here to remind everybody to think about it. So I think leaving it here is a good idea.
Yeah, the thing that fascinated me about Curly Circle is that the past developers that we've worked with have, pulled like 5 permits and then asked for a percentage reduction of their bond. He hasn't asked for any reduction, he only has
Mhm.
5 more to build out of the 19.
So, yeah, 4 more holes to dig, yeah.
20. Okay, so it's just for me for clarification, so I
Thank
like
you.
it. Thank you.
Next on our agenda, the continued public hearing for the site plan review, 0 Littleton Road, Elizabeth Hamilton. Hi.
We don't need a motion, do we, to open it? Because it's continuous?
Is it continuous?
Okay, good.
Right.
Continuance?
Yes.
So, first things first, we're in our room.
Yes.
We actually invite people to come sit at the table.
Oh,
That way they can hear you on
that's
the
where I sat last time.
By all means, that way they can hear you on the video. So first of all, thank you very much for joining us and for the site walk. I thought that was actually pretty.
Yeah. It was very nice.
I thought it was good. It was great to get over there and see what was going on. I love your trailer.
Thank you.
That's a personal aside. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Mark, you want to kick us off?
Yes, basically, I was going to ask if there was any new information about the abutter notification for the condominium complex. But first, I wanted to check with Bridget Braley from the Neshoba Associated Board of Health to see what the status is, And she just got back to me literally a half hour ago saying, the mobile food truck has not been licensed and inspected by this office yet. And, and I did a little quick follow-up question, but of course, that was 2 minutes ago. So apparently it will be before them, but, no action has been taken yet, so. That's
I'm
something-
assuming it should be in a couple days, because it's 30 days since I dropped it off March 28th.
Right, but I'm
And
not sure.
they have 30 days to,
I was gonna ask Heather,
Complete it.
who has more knowledge of the Board of Health operations, would this actually be something that, can the Neshoba board do something without the local Board of Health?
Of course they
for
can.
this?
No, so no, well, so what it is
So-
the local Board of Health will not do anything for the food licenses. All food licenses are issued through Neshoba. The only thing that
Oh.
actually the local Board of Health does is minimal that they
so
do when
this
they're part of
is
Neshoba.
Neshoba
So this is
only.
all through Neshoba.
Okay,
So the food truck cannot operate until they have their license, and it's not something that people wouldn't notice. So
Right.
the fact that the food license hasn't been issued yet is null and void as far as the planning board goes, in my opinion, because it's.
okay. Well,
We're approving the
that,
site in the use, not the
yeah.
operation.
Well, that's really good information, because if it was a board thing, then you have to wait for the schedule and get the agenda.
Yeah.
So that,
I'll just get a
that's good.
copy
So
of it and
it's-
it'll go in a
okay.
file.
All right,
So we're on parallel tracks, actually.
right,
We're on
yeah,
parallel tracks.
right.
Good.
But it sounds, like they have not acted on this,
Mhm.
so, take that into consideration.
There's 17 towns and 2 food inspectors, you can do
Right.
the math.
Okay, as far as
COVID's
the-
over, they're getting busy again.
They
As
were
far
never
as
not
the-
busy.
I shouldn't say COVID's over, they're more busy now, that
Right.
COVID's changed.
But
That's
as
why I
far as
started
the,
early.
maybe the condominium complexes and that.
Yes. Do you have any success with the condominium complex?
I just mailed it out today, and I just gave
Oh,
you the.
good.
Oh yeah, that was so that was
that
the
email
top.
worked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's catch everybody up, if I may, just touch the tops of the waves. Getting a hold of somebody in the management at the condominium complex proved to be more difficult.
Oh, way too
Then thought.
difficult.
So upon our walking around over there, we had some thoughts about how to get in touch with somebody at the condominium, and I think the landlord knew somebody over there.
Well, you sent
So-
me
Or-
the
so-
management company.
Yeah, so I got hold of DPW, figured they would know who takes care of the stormwater over there, so they
Yep.
might know. So they gave me the management company, and when Elizabeth called them, apparently they're not the management company anymore. So I'm like, well, who else do I figure out? So I figured I would, use our town clerk, wonderful town clerk who knows just about everybody in town. Maybe she'd be lucky enough to know someone and do me a favor, and she gave me an email address yesterday, I think it was,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
forwarded on to her
Okay,
to
great.
try to find a hold of somebody.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
the best I could do, because there was
Right.
nothing in the records
Right.
of deeds, the registry of deeds or.
So they're probably just receiving that now, right? So, I think we should have a discussion here, but my recommendation to the board is not to act on this application because, we want to know that everybody has received notification. So, but,
That's a recommendation, yes, Mr. Disco.
yes,
So, let's review just a little bit more, Heather.
Yes.
You feel comfortable that the address that you provided is gonna get to the management of the condominium association?
Like I said, I got an email
And you sent-
address, so
you
I
sent-
get that to her, so she could get a hold of them to get whatever address from
Okay.
there.
And they,
So at this point in time, all we have is an address. We don't know if it's gonna
well, I
land.
emailed them and they forwarded me. They responded back and said, yes, this is the address that you send
Okay.
any information from the Neshoba village
Yeah.
to them.
Good.
So
Okay.
Thank you.
so
That's a
certified.
take your time.
That's a positive sign.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the certified letter went out,
Yep.
yeah, okay. Just recently,
And
okay.
the other certified letters went out like a week ago.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a whole bunch of them back here.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Thank you. Okay.
How many are there, just approximately, just for curiosity's sake?
24, 23 or 24,
Yeah, this doesn't seem to be
All right,
too many.
okay.
Now,
not 124.
Please.
so this original site plan hearing was advertised in the paper
Mhm.
Yeah,
for the meeting. Did the butter notifications go out before that first ad or after the ad?
after, because of the meeting.
Okay. But it says specifically in that notification that it talks about the dates, including tonight's date. As an abutter, I had a problem with this in the past, that's why
I
I'm
can't-
going over it.
I can't remember what I had, but
So in other words, it's the abutter
I could have,
notification.
I might, I would like to think I was smart enough to remember to change the date on the notice. I'd have to go on my computer and look.
Somebody get a copy of the letter that we sent out?
Oh, I didn't bring
What I'm
it.
getting at, Mr. Chairman, is that it would be of little value if the abutter notification didn't jive with the fact that we're already open the hearing and we're continuing getting a
I
date.
understand that.
Yeah, some of that went out.
It's
No,
a- it's a
I
unique
could give me
decision.
5 minutes, I could run upstairs and log my computer back on and look, because I would hope I had enough
Do you recall?
conversations.
I might have it on my
You
phone.
could have a copy.
Yeah, I might.
Yeah, so I
So
hope that I'd
what
have
is-
enough common sense to change the date, knowing it already
I haven't
happened.
been happy
We're
with
not
tissue.
going to-
They may have the email.
Yeah,
this
Yeah,
week,
you said, yeah,
right?
email it to me, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Just
that I
in
had
case.
enough common
I hear
sense to
you.
change
No,
the date.
okay.
He's chosen not to.
Yeah.
chosen
One would
to
think I would.
Leave that live for now.
Sure.
But now I second guess myself.
Yeah.
Take me too long to log into my work email, look at it.
Certification letter.
Yeah, it would have been, totally neat. We met on the 12th, so it would have been right the week, the
Public
13th or
hearing.
14th.
Yep,
What?
Tuesday, April 26th, the first floor, 6:15.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you.
Sorry.
You wanna see it, or?
Hey, we believe you. Thank you.
I'm just having a
Public meeting site plan review, and this is the letter, well,
Hmm?
is that the letter that I sent out? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the one I
Okay,
sent you, so
yeah.
yeah. I didn't send you anything else.
That satisfies your question?
Thank you for your hard work.
Yeah, so I just wanna make sure that
Could've
we
done
knew
it,
that the
didn't
people
we?
got
That
it,
was last
they
time.
got
Against myself.
notified before the meeting.
Right.
But now, condominium association people are gonna be in another situation
Hmm?
unless we change the date.
Right.
Because today's the day, if they get it later, then they're gonna think it already happened. Is that a point that we have to talk about, is my question.
Yeah. Since this is a new type of land use for us and, we don't have specific regulations for it, I don't think it, and we have 90 days according to site plan review from the date of filing. I think taking a little bit of extra time is a good thing, and that may actually enable the Board of Health, the Neshoba Board of Health to act on this, right? And just in case, that person who gets that might notify some of the condo owners who want to come
Right.
for some reason to the next meeting, whatever date we continue this. And
I'm good.
Please, yes.
so that's my recommendation.
Yeah, please.
But if the concern is that the date is for tonight and that some people might not know that continuances can happen and that there'll be another discussion of this, could it simply be an email to follow up and say, just as a reminder, they've already been certified and they have it?
Are you making a motion?
Yes. No, I don't know. Can I just talk like a human?
Yes, but please, please.
Can I follow up on
Yes,
Julie's
as another
comment?
human.
So my recommendation is gonna be that we send another letter, that you just write another letter, amend the date, say, here's a follow-up to the original letter.
All right.
Planning board met on such and such a date and it continued it to the next date. Get that right date to the people who haven't got it yet.
And if I may explain why? If we go ahead and somebody gets upset, we end up in a big argument and a fight and stops you anyway. So it's almost better to ask the people to come
So
and be
just the
involved in
people
the
that haven't
process.
already responded?
No, just the
Just
condo.
that
Just
condo.
Just the
the
one,
condo.
Just the
okay.
one.
That
Yeah.
last letter.
Because it was so difficult to figure them out, excuse me, this might be not a bad idea to do. And Mr. Diskin's request is a letter. If it was registered as an additional $7 or $8, I apologize.
Okay, yeah, no, that's okay.
But, and also follow up with an email
Okay,
and make sure they know. And then you've done what you can do,
okay.
okay? We're not gonna be in a position to make a decision this evening because of this,
Mm-hmm.
just as for practical reasons.
Yeah.
And please stick around, we're going to jump forward in our agenda in a moment because our next meeting coincides with our town election and we've been bumped from that night. So before you leave tonight, you'll find out where our next meeting is so you can inform the people that you have to inform of when we'll meet again,
Okay,
okay? And if it's okay with the board, we can take that up right after we talk about the mobile food operation.
Oh,
Yeah, or
yes,
can I just
yes,
call her in the
before we
morning?
get to the, right.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yes,
let's do
but
that.
we still need as a group to come up with a solution, because the solutions I offered to the town aren't available
Okay.
to us. So we're gonna have to find a solution for that. Just so you know,
Can we Zoom?
we have an election on May 10th, which is our meeting night.
yep,
We can't use the building during the election.
okay.
It's
It's
crazy.
2
man.
weeks.
Well, you
from now.
can't, you can't hold a public meeting, doesn't matter if
That's
it's in
right.
this building or not on election day.
Yeah. So, any
So
other
it takes
questions?
people away
from
So,
election.
any other comments or questions about the mobile food operation?
Town meeting.
No, but
I'm
do we-
confused, so when are we meeting next to talk about this issue?
We'll
That's what
talk
we-
about that when we finish this issue. in
Okay.
Just a
At our
moment.
next meeting.
So do we have to make a motion to request the letter, or did we just kindly request the second letter?
It can't hurt to make a motion
Somebody
because then it
say
goes
second.
in the official record. It goes in the
Second.
official record. Looks
Yes.
good.
John seconded, I got it, because he asked for it. Don't worry, I got it.
Then we need to vote.
Right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. What we just did was officially make a request that you send a letter.
Just to the condo
Just to the
association,
single condo
to
association.
update them when our next meeting is.
I'm sorry that it can be arcane and a little bit confusing, but
Mhm.
we'll do our best to
Okay.
let you know what's going on.
Okay.
Further comments or observations about either the sidewalk or anything about the mobile food establishment at this point? For Ms. Hamilton while she's here?
It looks like a well thought out plan. I can't think of a better place to park a food truck in Ayer, and that is pretty, as close to ideal as you can possibly imagine for a place to put a food truck, so
Yeah.
I look forward to moving ahead and getting this done.
Any other observations? Okay, probably a motion for a continuance is
I'd
appropriate.
like to make a motion that we continue the discussion and the public hearing
We got
for the
that.
site plan review of 0 Littleton Road for the Grateful Dog food truck run by Elizabeth Hamilton.
To the
Seconded.
next
To the
planning board.
next,
To the
Planning
next
board
meeting.
meeting.
Next
Thank
planning
you.
board meeting, yes, indeed.
moved and seconded. Any discussion on this? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Okay,
Can I
I'm
make
gonna
a
ask to
motion?
talk about the next date.
Do we have to make a motion to amend the agenda, or can we
No.
just?
No.
Make it-
We're
Maybe
we're
not
actually
formal.
past the only public hearing we have tonight, so we can move around a little bit.
Sounds good.
So, town election is May 10th.
Yep.
We got bumped. I asked if we could do it on the evening of the 11th, Wednesday evening. It was not available. We asked if we could do it on Monday night, the 9th.
Board of Health meets at 5:30.
Exactly. So Mark, what was it? The assistant town manager got back to us with, I think with some, you were telling me, what?
No, she just said there was 2 meetings on the 11th.
Got it. I
She
misunderstood
didn't,
the
she didn't
email.
give us an opinion on the 9th.
No, yeah, and I just know for a fact that the
Right.
Board of Health meets on at 5:30.
So-
So we can't meet at the same time?
How, I mean, you can, but I
Thursday's
mean, I won't be there
available.
because
You
I'll
all
be at the
could
Board of
be
Health.
Oh, I see. Right. I'm sorry.
That's-
Yeah.
that's all right.
So we lose, for Board of Health, we lose Heather.
Okay. all right.
Thursday evening, we lose Mark.
Oh, I can't do
Ooh,
Thursdays
Who
either.
do we like better?
I'm sorry, Heather, but is it okay with you
I
if we
can't-
do it without you?
Yeah, because I can't do Thursdays either.
Okay,
Oh,
so what night can't we do it with you?
I can't do Thursdays.
No, what night is Board of
Oh,
Health?
Board of
meeting?
Health is the 9th at 5:30.
Monday.
That's
Monday, yeah.
at
So
5:30.
if you're gonna have it, I don't know how long that meeting is gonna go.
Where does
you'd
Board
have
of
to-
Health typically meet?
Right here.
Thank you. So if we were gonna do it on Monday, we'd have to request upstairs?
Great Hall.
Fine. I do it Monday at 7 o'clock instead of 6:15. Just get it over. It's gonna be a tiny
Oh.
meeting anyway.
yeah.
And
That
Heather,
gives the
you're
Board of Health enough
excused.
time to-
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
I'd be happy to do it at 7 o'clock on Monday.
Then you can make it.
I was gonna say, because I
Monday
don't
the
wanna be
9th?
here from
Yeah,
8
no.
AM to
We will
whenever the
confirm that
planning
with
board starts.
Hamilton,
Okay,
but it sounds like the board can do it Monday night at 7 PM,
okay,
or even 7:15, give them the bump they need, the buffer they need.
okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah. It
Seven
should-
15?
That's a good.
Heather's important to our meetings, but Heather can get done what she needs to get done.
Barry, yeah,
And Barry and APAC will have to check on that too. He's shaking his head, so he knows what he has to do.
Okay.
So the next planning board meeting will be Monday, May 9th at 7 PM.
Seven?
Hopefully my
Wait.
truck will be inspected by then, and then,
We just said 2 different times.
7.
Seven.
Let's do
7.
7, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can tell you, in fact, the Board of Health doesn't have much.
So
on
when
it.
she
The
does that
locations
letter,
too.
yeah, she has to have the location too, right?
Yeah, which is, it's the same thing that's written on the one I
It'll
gave
be-
you. You would just, I can draft it. for
I'm
you.
going to assume we're going to be here after the Board
unless
of
you wanna
Health.
send me a new
Yeah, I'll
letter.
just draft you something.
Selectmen's
for
meeting
tomorrow.
room on
Just
the
have to
And
change the
yeah,
date.
and you can wordsmith it.
I'm
if
sorry,
you
on the
want,
9th
but
at
I'll
7
send you
PM.
something.
Right,
The
that's
meetings
fine.
are short?
It just states. Oh, it's on the
Board of Health?
letterhead.
5:30 to 7.
They
Okay.
tend to be, but
Okay.
Heather would know for sure.
Heather, you feel confident they'll be wrapped up by 7
Oh,
o'clock?
yes. Yeah, there's not much on there. It's, yeah, you'll be fine.
Okay, great.
They don't typically go more than an hour, hour and a half.
So I probably shouldn't say this as somebody who's got a great, hot dog place, but the things you should never see is the making of laws or sausage.
Demand-
You just saw the making of laws.
Making the laws?
The making, it was Churchill, I think, who said that what you should never see is
Oh,
the making, men should never see the making of laws or sausage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, to the sausage vendor in the room, excuse me. So that's
It
it.
goes, if you enjoy sausage and respect the law, don't watch either being made.
Thank you, Winston.
That was good.
Livelier,
So
livelier.
you were the guy who played Churchill.
Yes.
So, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and
Thank
if
you.
something changes, Heather will reach out to you.
Okay, all right.
'Cause we post our meetings just before the meeting, so if we made an assumption that we can't make,
Yeah,
Tom Hall
no,
will
we
let
can-
us know, we'll fix it.
We should be
Okay.
Yeah, we should be
Okay.
okay.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Have a great
Bye.
night.
Can I ask a question on
Yes.
the same
Is this
topic?
front
or
door
not?
open? This way?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both open.
So say we wanted to do Wednesday and there was already somebody in this meeting room, can we just meet on Zoom if we know it's a Zoom appropriate meeting, or is that not flexible
Bye.
to us?
Bye
anymore?
now.
I spoke to Cindy about that,
Yeah.
and it hasn't been decided 100% yet, but it could be an option if it absolutely needed to be, but it'd have to be fully remote.
Yeah.
Yeah. The answer to that is it could be done, as Heather's saying, but we're moving more towards those are kind of special circumstances. Cindy's work schedule used to be every minute of every day,
Because Cindy has to attend the
because Cindy
meetings,
typically
right?
attends.
But if
So
we did it at like earlier in the day.
keep that thought, but
Okay.
at this point, in person Monday night looks like the answer.
Sounds good.
Fantastic. Town planner updates, announcements.
Okay, I have a short presentation on the MBTA Community Act. But first, I wanted, because I just made this note, remember how we're trying to do site visits every so often?
Yep.
I think it's Hosea, is that his name?
Josiah.
Josiah, who's the site superintendent, I believe, over at Shaker Mill Pond. He said that they would love to host us for a site visit to that subdivision in the near future.
Great.
So if we can start thinking of dates and,
I'm open.
We're looking now?
Right.
or-
It worked really well to do it early in the morning,
right.
I think, for people. We can
Right.
kind of schedule our days around an 8:30 or 9 o'clock start.
I know next Thursday is good for me, if it's early.
This week.
This
is fun.
coming Thursday.
Oh, good.
The
Not-
28th,
Not
No, the
this
20th,
week.
28th, the,
3rd,
5th.
5th.
good, yes.
May 5th? Okay.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
So Thursday, May 5th,
Yep.
9?
I will check, I will have to confirm this, but I'll
Yeah.
email everybody. obviously.
Just 8:30 or 9 would be,
Post it.
Yeah, it's really possible.
is
What's
that,
better for the committee? What time is better? 8:30 or 9? Doesn't matter to me.
Well,
Nine
yours-
is
well, yours
better
are big
for
to
me.
do.
yeah, I think, let's do 8:30. I mean, I'm good for any time
All right.
early in the morning, but let's try 8:30, please.
Right, 8:30.
Okay?
May 5th,
Yep.
8:30.
Thank you. Thank you for following up on that. And when do you want to do the Catania one?
Right after.
Thank you.
If we can climb through the tunnels.
Those are
That
cool.
would be fun.
Those were cool.
I'd be down
The
for that.
Catania
I'd be
detention
down for
system.
that.
Wastewater system.
Are we gonna do Catania the same day?
I was joking that Nathan is the one who's been
Oh.
keeping track of
Oh.
Catania because he's there all the time.
Yeah, Shaker Mill Pond might take a little while,
Yeah.
because we'll walk the whole thing and
Mhm.
They just dropped
that
off
has
6
us
more
in the open
building permits.
space.
So
Right.
that'll be 12/8.
I'm going to go up,
You
Mark.
also see what an attractive wooden guardrail looks like there, too.
Right.
Mark, you might want to invite Jess.
True.
Invite Jess?
You might just put the invitation out to Jess, please.
Sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's a good move. Every time we do a sidewalk, we
Yeah.
should invite conservation.
Yeah.
Well,
That has conservation.
Things are settling down,
Especially
so
at
it's
OSRDs.
yeah.
Yeah, that has conservation.
Okay. Great.
point out things to
Otherwise,
us.
outside the-
What else you got, Mark?
Important to them.
We got a show.
Yes, I do. Okay, let me go to slideshow.
Excuse me.
Okay, the MBTA Communities Act, you've probably all heard about this. I gave this presentation to the select board last week because it was required, according to this, to do it officially to the lead body in each town. So this comes under Mass General Law, Chapter 48, Section 3A. 48 is the zoning section. So what this is attempting to do is address the housing shortage that we all know about by ensuring that transit stops have adequate multifamily housing surrounding them, because it's logical that that's where you would want that, just like Ayer has. So the requirements of this act differ depending on what type of town you're in. They're more strict, or the requirements are a little more onerous if you're in Cambridge than if you're here. There are different classifications. I'll show a map next. So we're a commuter rail town, obviously. And what this addresses, and this took me a while to understand this, it doesn't require that the town actually be able to build a certain number of physical housing units. It requires that the zoning have the capacity to allow that. Such as if redevelopment occurred, could build at a slightly higher density. certainly new development, but it's not a requirement to build a certain number of housing units, but it's a requirement to have zoning that would allow for such.
Mark, does it
Yes.
require that the zoning be exclusive to multifamilies?
No,
Okay.
no, but it cannot exclude children or families, so it's, some towns have done
Sorry,
multifamily housing that's age
Senior,
55
yeah.
plus,
Yeah.
or
But let me be
no
clear.
children allowed, or that sort of thing.
Exclusively it's not zoning that is exclusively multifamilies.
Correct.
Yeah.
It could be mixed use, with single-family homes mixed in. It does not have to be.
The only goal is a density per acre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many units per acre, I think it is.
Right.
True. But
Which
that's
would
up to the
be coming
developers
up
to
soon.
choose what become the
How to get
developers-
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, how to solve the problem is their issue, not ours.
Right. Yeah, so this is the big picture of the whole META system, which is is quite vast when you really consider it, because I tend to think of it as just being this here. I mean, we know about the commuter rail, but when I think META, I think this. But here's the commuter rail coming out here. One interesting thing, and one thing that was the subject of a lot of concern, was that these towns in the lighter color, which are MBTA adjacent, also have to adhere to the commuter rail standards.
And
So
that's
that,
causing a lot of havoc in other
that'll
towns.
be
Right.
difficult in towns that do not have water and sewer and
Yeah.
a history of multifamily housing. So we'll see what comes of that.
Welcome to the 21st century.
It's
Well,
made
there
for
was a
some,
public comment period, so it's possible that this law might be tweaked some, to accommodate some of the concerns, but Ayer certainly, I think it won't be that hard for us to do this, actually. So, what the standards say, it must be of a reasonable size, the multifamily zoning district that you're saying will count towards this, at least 50 acres. And
That's in the
not
statute.
huge. That's in the statute. A gross density of 15 units per acre. So you might immediately ask, well, what do we have now? Well, general residence is 12 units per acre.
so in our zoning map, you may not recall offhand, the areas that are within a half a mile of our commuter rail station are currently general residence, the downtown form base, and just almost touching is the West Main form base code.
Right, and there's some A2 in there too, which I'll show
Yeah.
on the map coming up.
Well, can you back up, Mark, and tell me how you got to
Oh, whoops.
general residence, you said was 10 units per acre?
12.
12.
Or 12?
Yeah. Let me, I'll start.
Because you
Huh?
got 10,000 square foot lot minimum,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you do all the math.
Well,
That's
it's
3,000
10,000.
square feet, you added 3,000, is that how I did it?
Yep.
Yes, that's how I
All
did
right.
it.
Just added 3,000 for every other extra unit.
Yes, yeah, it's gross density, so you're not subtracting wetlands and stuff like that. So yeah, this again, it cannot be age restricted or prohibit children. They should be located within a half mile of the commuter rail station, which I believe most of us can. The West Air Village form-based code out there is about 3/4 of a mile. So that, if for some reason we couldn't make this work closer within the half mile, we could conceivably try to get that to the council.
and if I may, Mark,
Yes.
when they did a presentation on this, and I watched it a couple of times, they talked about contiguity. In other words, it doesn't have to be a contiguous zone. Like you may have
Correct.
general residence and an industrial, then general residence,
Yes.
but those two general residents equal at least 50 acres. It's okay that they're not contiguous,
Correct.
but they do represent what they call it's a word I never heard before, contiguity,
Right.
and
Correct.
so
Right.
it's an interesting concept.
They do not have to be directly contiguous or continuous. Okay, before I get to the map, I just want to talk about some of the deadlines that are important to watch on this. The first was getting a DLTA technical assistance application into the Regional Planning Commission, which I did, and we were granted this. So what this will help me with is to do the math, basically, and to ascertain what parts of our inner core within the half-mile radius we can use to meet this, by doing density analysis based on the zoning, so.
And they're doing it for a handful of communities in the area. MRPC is doing this. They've been approached by a lot of communities around here,
Yep,
so it's
yep.
a common goal for everybody.
yeah, I've worked with them many times. They've been very helpful on other projects. The second deadline was just to submit an online community form to the Department of Housing and Community Development. I submitted that yesterday, so
Oh, okay, good.
we beat the May 2nd deadline.
Excuse me, Mark.
Yes.
So remember, let's go back to the first one, the analysis and mapping of potential. Does that also include mapping and analysis of existing to find out if we're already compliant?
Sort of, but it's not really based on the density of the existing housing. Though I want to know that too, if it's possible to know what we actually have on the ground. It might not be hard for them to do that. And part of what they did for the build-out study for the form-based code was do just that. And
Because
yeah,
point I'm driving at is if we're already there.
I
is done.
believe we may already be in compliance, but I don't want to jump to that conclusion.
But will the MRC
And,
Yeah, so,
give us that information, give
What
us
am-
an
yeah.
official statement on if we're compliant already?
Yeah. So what it is, Mark, a couple of us have sat down with the back of an envelope and try and figure it out. It gets complex because the statute is a little bit different in the way other densities are calculated. So the regional planning councils actually know what the formula is. So Mark's work, Ken's done any back of envelope stuff, I've done some back of envelope stuff. We're gonna find out who was closest with MRPCs. This is the answer.
But with all due respect, it doesn't matter. The RPC is the expert.
Give us
who
the,
will give
yes,
us
exactly.
answer.
Yeah, but to answer your question,
Correct.
I'm kind of curious where we are.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, and that project will take place basically over the summer into the early fall, so we will
One of it
know
has to do
in a
with
few
how you move
months.
the radius around,
Yep.
where you start, now you move that half-mile radius thing.
And what's really challenging is we probably won't have to do what's called an overlay district, but some will, and that's gonna be a real
Right,
challenge.
yeah.
But again,
Yep.
I'm really driving
Mhm.
that there's a very high likelihood that Ayer has to do nothing to be
Mhm.
compliant. And we will find that out.
Right.
We
do
will
this.
find that out from this grant, from the
Yes,
output of this
yes.
grant.
I
Yes.
believe so, yep. Yep, that's the way I wrote it, so we would know.
Okay.
So basically, the next step after you do this basic stuff, you essentially get into the system with the Commonwealth. You have to either submit an action plan that states how you plan to meet this eventually, or you can submit a request for compliance, which means you've discovered that you meet this already, but you have to prove it. So they're going to have some forms, whatever process you have to go to show that. And the deadline for that is December 31st this year. And if you submit the action plan, for towns that have to do something, they're reviewed by the state. The state approved those by July of '23. And if you have to adopt new zoning to comply with this, the absolute drop dead deadline to adopt the zoning is December 31st, 2024 for us. So, and if we have to do something, I would think next summer would be, summer into the fall town meeting would be prime.
Don't look at me.
All right, no, I know. Well,
No, but I
have to say,
agree.
why don't
I
we do
agree.
it right now? But, it's a process. So and I want to thank Ken for doing this. This is a half-mile radius of the commuter rail station, and right here in the downtown, this is the downtown form-based code district in the lightest color. The next dark green color is general residence, and then the lighter sort of green color outside from that, I think, is A2.
A2.
It's A2.
Yeah.
And the blue is A1.
Right. And here in the pink, a little bit, just outside that radius is the West Main Street form-based code. So,
Excuse me, Mark.
Yes.
Do you know the unit density of the downtown form-based code?
Yes.
I did a rough, not existing, but
Just a guess.
capacity, looking at the build-out study that they helped us with last year. It looked to be over 20 units per acre, capacity. If we went to the 3 stories and 4 stories with,
Sure.
so many apartments per square foot.
17 units on one we just
Right.
reviewed.
That's right.
That would get us 20-something units per acre, possibly.
Which moves us very close.
And that was my math, that's what I would want to verify with
We-
this
We did look at a property that was 17 units on a postage stamp.
Yes.
Right.
Not nearly an acre.
It may, yeah, it may
So it could
exceed. I'm being conservative.
4
here.
times that.
It could be more, yes. I don't want to get people's hopes up that, we're just gonna blast through this, and, I've learned to be careful. But yeah, I think there's a high likelihood we already are in compliance, but.
Okay.
The other thing that comes up too, Mark, is the third district, which is the mixed-use transitional district.
Yeah, the dark
This
blue.
will-
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's something going on there that allows more density right now as well. We typically talk about, the downtown plus the two form-based codes, but that one actually allows more density as well on Central Ave. So there's some math that has to be looked
Yeah.
at.
Yeah, one of the questions too that I had initially is we have these large industrial buildings in here, is like, well, do you count the lots that those sit on,
Mhm.
I think you can,
Yeah.
but,
Yes, because
It's the
this is,
potential.
this is going, exactly, this is,
Potential.
Nathan said, this is the potential going forward. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We do a request for determination, we find out from the Commonwealth if we made it, and then we figure it out.
right, and the good news is, compared to most of the towns along the commuter rail line, I think Ayer, we're in pretty good shape. If we didn't meet it, we're quite close.
There's gonna be a lot less hand-wringing here in Ayer, I think, about this
Yeah,
than in
absolutely.
neighboring communities.
Yep.
Surely.
Yep, so basically what we just talked about is some options of how we might do this. And actually, this was drawn by Alan. He also took it upon himself to do a little sort of back of the envelope thing. So this is sort of a composite district consisting of the form-based code downtown, part of the Grove Pond neighborhood, which is general residence, and, in fact, some of the Central Ave.
Part of the transitional.
Yeah,
Mixed
so
use,
he
yep.
came up with this being about 50 acres.
Mhm.
So that's, that's something that could potentially work.
Thank you, Mark.
Yep. So I'll keep everybody informed once it
Mhm.
starts.
No, thank you. And, yeah.
I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Although it doesn't apply to air, how do the adjoining communities get within a half a mile of the commuter rail station? They must have a different standard.
Yeah.
There's a different standard, yes.
They
It's-
don't have the half mile.
They don't have the half mile,
To
but
the cities and towns that have a commuter rail
I
station.
think they may have the 50
I just
acres
heard
and they
about
may have
Excuse me?
15
I read
units
about
per
Littleton,
acre.
their station's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
Some
so
towns have two
the,
stations.
stations
Yeah,
had two.
Acton.
So,
Concord.
town, my understanding from reading the statute, this was a question that was asked of the director when he was doing
Oh,
his
that's
first
right,
one.
MRPC.
Not the MRPC, the gentleman who works for, he's with the Commonwealth.
Oh, okay.
And if you share a border with a commuter rail community, you're in.
Yeah.
That's why Groton's in, that's why Ashby's in.
Right, they're in, but my thought was that they don't.
It's by statute.
Yeah,
I know
but
that,
where's
right.
their measuring
But how do
point?
they don't have this half mile requirement because they can't get to within a half a mile?
No, they have to come up with 50.
They still have to do the 50
They have to do
acres
50
and so
acres
forth,
of
in an area.
potentially 15 units per acre
Someplace.
density.
Right.
And actually, just north of us, they've come up, had an informal conversation over the weekend with somebody, and they picked a couple of spots, and if you read their newspaper, you'll be able to pick them up, because you know exactly where they are.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep, so. Great.
Okay, last thing on the planner's update, and then I'll be completely done for the evening, is I was approached by McKay Glasella regarding the 22 Fitchburg Road property with the
Yep.
supermarket. Apparently, they do have to do some site changes after all, and he was gonna send me a comparison sheet of before and after. And so it may need to come for a site plan amendment to us.
So this is the project that went away, came back,
I know,
went away again, has come back.
They keep changing their mind as to what they're doing. So now they think they have a final plan. They haven't sent it to me yet, but it should be coming soon.
It looked like they were doing some test digging out there.
Yeah,
I think
so
Jonathan, you and I were over there,
you
we
were
ran into
there.
each other over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would look like they were digging test
Yeah.
holes and looking at
So
stuff.
there's a potential this could be on the second meeting for May or something.
Okay. Yep, thank you.
Yep.
Just, Mr. Chair, so that's the engineer for the project, is it?
Yes.
The name you just mentioned?
Mulaney
Oh,
Engineering.
that's Mulaney.
Mulaney.
Yes.
Yeah, Mulaney Engineering,
Yep.
right. This is the same engineering firm that I requested that they split the plan.
Yes, yes.
We'll make that request again.
Okay.
No, seriously, that's.
They doubled up the layout on one sheet.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wanted two sheets, one with each, so the grading was on one plan and utilities was on another plan.
Mhm.
Let's say, for instance, some, may not be exactly perfect, but that way we could see a little clearer instead of putting them both on side by side.
Even with the magnifying table, it's very hard to read that plan.
Yeah.
So, and that's when they withdrew, they were gonna come back to us and they withdrew it. We made that request, unrelated to that request, they withdrew, figuring they'd do the old thing. And now I think they've discovered something in the ground or something that requires them to make a change. Okay, meeting minutes from April 12th. Mr. Krantz, thank you again.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. I don't know if you've noticed on some of the changes, I had to keep some of the stuff in because you took the site plan review out, and it is a site plan review, it's not a plan review, so I had to put that back in. And then one thing is you
Okay.
decapitalized something that needed to be, because it was the board's site plan regulation, so they needed to be
Yeah, why
capitalized. That
did
was
you
it.
do that?
Well, I decapitalized site plan.
Yeah, you did, when I was talking about the planning board site plan regulations, you decapitalized
Oh, that
it.
one was an accident, because you know
Yeah.
what I did? I did find and replace.
I just
That's
figured,
what
like, you know,
happened.
we're all tired from town meeting, it's
Yeah. All right, that's
Okay.
good.
Again, thank you for going through with a
Yeah,
fine-tooth comb.
Yes, thank
You're
you.
more than welcome. Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the minutes for April 12th, 2022 as amended.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Today is the 26th, I believe?
Yes, it is. If you look, it just
Okay.
says it on the top of the pan, on the header.
Would you mind handing those to Heather, please? Now I don't have to come by tomorrow and sign something.
Okay.
Yay!
Okay. Old business and new business. I've got a couple of things. Anybody else have a couple of things we want to talk about on your minds?
I do.
Please.
Just a reminder to everyone here and anyone watching, the Community Preservation Committee is doing their 5-year plan, which is how we're gonna spend $1 million of town and state funds. So you have to pre-register. It's a free event. It's on May 4th, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Please, anyone in town, come. It's gonna be a great way to vote and get information into our 5-year plan.
How come you have to pre-register?
Because of the technology they're
Oh, okay.
using.
Oh, okay,
They're
right.
gonna give you an ID for who you are in order, not to know that you, Jonathan, gave that answer, but so we can, you know how you kind of fast, like, I choose option A, or I really wanna make sure the library expands. I don't know what's actually on there, but like those kinds of things will in real time flash on there, like what the majority of people are looking for and steer the kind of forum. So it's an interactive survey kind of thing. So please
And-
come.
And along those lines, also please go online. There's a separate survey from the CPC. I believe it's still open.
Yep.
It is also worth going through. Read the questions carefully. They do look a little bit alike sometimes. Read them carefully.
The other thing I would say is for people who might be sick of meetings such as these, there's less talking in a survey type meeting, so there's not going to be a lot of deliberation or length to the meeting. It will be, I think, a pretty efficient way to spend your time.
Thanks.
Mr. Chair.
Please.
So, Julie, wasn't there also a preliminary survey that was put out to a group of people in town? Like on
Yep.
different boards and
So
whatnot?
this is a multi-step process. So the town, using the funds that we have for community preservation from the CPA tax, I'm supposed to use the word tax, CPA funds. We've hired the consultant. And so we've been working with them for at least maybe 6 months. And so the first thing was that people in town who are kind of experts in certain topics broke out into open space, housing, different things to really kind of dig in and get I think it helped bring the survey together is how they kind of gave that. So that was smaller groups. The survey is for everyone. This open forum is for everyone with internet access, which is why we point them to the survey too. You have a paper survey available to you at town hall and at the library. So if you're not able to access it online, we have paper printouts for anyone. But over the next 6 months, we'll be coming up with what our 5-year plan is in order to steer how we use these funds.
When you said there was $1 million over 5 years, is that $1 million per year.
I can't answer
It's
that
3%
right now.
it's 3% of our total tax levy, which is $34,000 or $5,000. It's almost not, it's almost $1 million a year.
Plus a match from the state.
Right.
Yes.
The state money that's been coming is quite
Yeah.
I
significant.
think it's
And-
almost $1 million.
And we've started to do stuff with the CPC money, and it's great.
Yeah.
The articles last night just rolled. I mean, they were,
My kids
They're-
want that playground, man.
they're
Let's
good,
get that
they're
in.
good articles, and, you know, it's, money's going, the fact that they're gonna be archiving the libraries, there's so much stuff that's gonna be done well because this money exists, both from the state and from the community. So thank you. But I actually participated at length with one of the early CPC survey meetings that happened. The comment I'll make is, we have silos of information in this town, and a lot of us work very closely together. As we know, conservation and planning works together. ZBA sometimes works with planning and conservation. And this type of thing is gonna break down some of those barriers, because we all know what's going on, we just don't understand how we interrelate sometimes. And I think that's creating a stronger community, believe it or not. So, thank you, Julie. Anybody else have anything they wanna announce or talk about?
I got old business.
I've got old business too, but you by all means lead the way.
So, in the not too distant past, we had a subdivision submitted to us that it was later withdrawn without prejudice. Has anyone heard anything further about
Oh,
Stratton?
good question.
Yeah, I'll be talking with them soon,
Okay.
yes. But nothing has been submitted. or
Sleeping
anything.
dogs are still lying, I
So
think.
someone
that's-
has contacted your office?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Tell them.
yeah, I'll keep you
Thank you.
informed.
I want to talk a little bit about Riley Jane Extension. The CJ Morse project. The issue is that there is a guardrail that was installed out there that does not match the plans, and there's a discussion as to how they got permission for that. The community who lives out there has made a request to DPW. DPW has been dealing with the proponent. The proponent has offered to come to a planning board meeting and discuss it. So I think I'm bringing it up so that we can put it on our next agenda for the 10th.
Yeah, and I'll pull up those
For the
plans
9th, excuse
tomorrow.
me?
Yeah.
And if we can make sure that we send an invitation to Mr. Von Skelquick to join us. Hopefully he's got an opening in his calendar for that evening. And if you get a chance between now and then, take a ride up and around the loop up there. Okay?
Could
I
I
have a comment.
tack on to
Go ahead, please.
that? If Mr. Finn, DPW head, is coming, it'd be great to have a West Main Street update,
We can ask Dan for that, sure.
even informally.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Dan, I'm sure Dan will be happy to answer any and all questions he has. Yes, Mr. Prince.
I have a general question, and maybe Mark and Heather might know. In the context of this discussion about the guardrail, something, I believe Mr. Moore said that he received oral approval from the previous director of DPW for using that rail. And what I wanted to know, just in the general sense, I know that by law, there's such a thing as an oral contract and it's binding. But in terms of a process like ours, where there are authorities and there are regulations, is an oral permission regarded as legally binding and authoritative?
No,
Right.
he doesn't have the authority to do it anyway, DPW.
We try not to.
We're the only one that has the authority to
Right.
amend the
I
plan.
mean, by the way, just for the record, I doubt, and I'm not saying that such a conversation actually materially happened. I don't know that it did, but I just wanted, the point of law, I was just concerned with.
I think where we're gonna come down to is, we need to get the parties in the room and have a discussion about it.
This from the last meeting. I'll tell you.
And I know Mr. Van Skelquick's done research on it, and, you know, it's, I've asked Heather to pull out a copy of the plans that we signed, so we'll have all the information in front of us at that time, fresh in our memory, and take care of it.
Just, if you have free time to take a look, to look at it and see it.
To go up and see the physical installation.
Yes,
Yep.
oh, yes,
Yep.
yes.
Right.
Thank you. Mr.
Did we read this letter that was sent by the?
I thought we did last
Into
meeting.
the record? Or did we just hand it out?
Yeah.
I thought I read it into the record last
Yeah.
time.
Did you?
Mhm.
I think so,
Yeah, you
yeah,
did.
All right,
yeah.
that's
It has been
all.
read
Just
into the
double
record.
check.
And
So is that in our minutes?
it's with the minutes as well.
Yeah, but was it in the minutes that you read it in?
I don't think so. I can,
Maybe I didn't, then. I
It
thought.
might be a reference in the minutes, but not.
yeah, and that, I mean, that letter is in with the meeting minutes as far as the package
If I
goes.
remember correctly, it came to us the day of the meeting.
Yeah.
It wasn't on the agenda.
No.
It was under old business, and I circulated a copy to each one of the people.
Oh, I see.
We'll read it at the next meeting.
Okay,
Okay?
all right.
The answer is it probably isn't in the record right now, but
But we will, okay.
let's take care of it with the parties in the room.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so that-
I'll make sure I include a copy of the letter again in
Thank
the
you very
packet.
much. Thank you.
So my concern was that the authors of the letter should also be in the discussion.
I think so, yes.
That we bring in C.J. Moore and
Hmm.
Mr. Van Skelter.
Yeah.
Do anyone
Mark?
disagree with that or agree with
No.
that?
I believe this letter was sent to Mr. Van Skelter,
Right.
Mhm.
so we'll ask let's ask Dan if he can forward on
Yep.
the invitation. I'll make sure of that.
There could have been a misunderstanding too, from the authors of the letter,
Mhm.
that it needed to go to the DPW.
Right, they,
I
Yes.
think it was more appropriate that it gone to the planning. board.
Right, they just
maybe
didn't know.
that.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. So
I agree too.
I will also make sure to contact Mr. Van Skelwick, but it
Yep.
doesn't hurt to have a
Right.
belt and suspenders approach.
Right.
So
So that's
you'll contact Mr. Moore
Yeah.
and Mr. Van Skelwick.
And this will be the May 9th meeting.
May 9th
Yeah,
meeting,
yeah.
yeah. Promises to be a great meeting at this point.
Hmm.
I'm sad I'll miss it.
Finally,
No,
the
no.
2 site walks we did last week. Thank you all, for those of you who were in town and able to come. They were eye-opening, to be honest with you. What is the real name of the project on Curly Circle?
I mean,
It has multiple names.
Oh, it's John Carroll Reserve?
John Carroll Reserve.
That's
on
how
Curly
the planning
Circle.
board approved it as, is it?
Yeah, John Carroll Reserve.
Mr. DeCarlo has renamed it.
That I'll be honest with you, I liked it.
Yeah, it looks
It
good.
felt like a neighborhood.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
looks good.
And if you stand in the middle of it and you look across the street at the density across the street,
Makes sense.
it fits, which is really great. The other projects we're gonna go take a look at, Chicken
Mill
Mill
Pond.
Pond. Has anybody reached out to the proponent for Panther Place?
Not recently.
They
I
put,
mean, yeah.
they recently put the first duplexes on the market.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They put the 3rd duplex foundation in,
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing the site work for the 4th duplex that is running along the A&Rs along Washington Street.
Single family.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the
Single
single families, that's
family,
right. Single families on the other side of the entranceway.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And they've been doing site work back in there. Maybe we can ask Mr. Von Skelwick what they've been doing in the way of their site work up there. Heather, do you know if they asked for any permits for building any of the houses back in?
No, because they need to have water and sewer hookup first before they can do building permits.
Yeah.
And,
How did they solve the problem on Washington Street?
well, I don't know, Joe Levy, when he first wanted to bring him in, he was gonna leave the permit applications with me until it was fixed, and I told him no, politely.
Got it.
Because I wasn't gonna be responsible for those. But they do have building permits for the 2 duplexes, along with, I think I did just do the plumbing permits, which means they'll start framing those and getting all those done soon. Curly Circle has 2 more that are ready to be picked up for theirs, so I think they only have 3 left now, because we just issued 2 building permits. 6 were dropped off in both to Josiah for Sacred Mill Pond, so that would make 8 in total for that one so far. So they're all plugging along, and I would assume Joe Levine did send me an email with some sort of plot plan or whatever, and I told him he would send it to me, physical copy. I never heard back from him and haven't seen him yet, so I think they're just busy.
Who
So,
was that, the last one? I didn't understand.
So Mr. Levine sent me a email of I think it was a certified plot plan or foundation plan, and
Oh,
I need to have hard copies for the files, so, I was waiting for him to bring those in to me so I could ask him questions on when I anticipate those other ones coming, just because the building department's so busy, it's kinda nice to know and prepare for these plans to come in, because it takes Charlie quite a while to review those.
so if you think about it, we look at it, then they start to build it. Mr. Schultz gets to look at everything over and over again. Which brings me to a comment, and this is something I asked, we were walking on John Carroll Reserve. The developer, what's it like to work with the town of Ayer? And I've asked the developers about this because developers can be thorny people to work with. down the line, they feel like they are respected, well-treated, and the help that they get in our departments is really good compared to other communities around you. And that goes across all of the functions, building function, the work Heather and Charlie does, the work Mark does as a planner, DPW's work for stormwater, and all that stuff. That's actually good news.
It is.
Yeah, planning board too. But you end up in a situation where you're not always fighting about stuff.
It's good.
I believe they're less likely to cut a corner and try and get away with something. And that works really, really well in my eyes. So I want to thank Heather, thank you, Mark, thank you. I've spoken to Dan about it. And it's encouraging.
Yeah.
Even to hear them talk about how the different inspectors do the job and how they actually look forward to the inspections because they want to do it right. So, do you have a comment, Mr. Diskin?
I had a couple of things. So on Panther Place, the bulk of the, amazingly enough, bulk of a lot of the drainage is put in during the winter. He cut the water into Washington Street the other day, so
Yep.
he brought the main across the street.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have a good, I'm pretty sure he took, you asked about the other two units, pretty sure the water for those units went in already.
Branched
The
off that
sewer
way, yeah.
has to be, the question is he doing sewer, back to the street, or is he going back to the pump station that he talked about originally? I'm not sure. Remember we talked about that, he said he was gonna run it down to the new
Yeah.
pump station from those lots, but he may just bring it back to the road.
The two duplexes he put in had sewer for the building that was there before.
Yeah.
So he was able to connect that to sewer. He intends eventually to connect that into the system that goes out back, but that solved his problem to build those two right away.
Give me that again now.
He always intended the duplexes to be part of the sewer system. He's the
For the
enforcement
new development.
in the new development.
Right.
But then realized that the sewer existed for the buildings that were there previously. I don't know if he's made the change or not, or if he's just gonna leave it connected the way it is.
No, that's all, everything was demoed before, so whatever he's putting in is brand new.
Yeah, but the connection was there for sewer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one connection.
Yes. The other question is, I had, when they put the, I saw them doing the work, they had Washington Street closed.
Yeah.
Do you think they put the electric in for the crossing light too? Looks like that's where the cross light would be.
They didn't put the electric in yet.
Oh, okay, because there was electricians' vehicles parked there at the
The
time.
first
so-
two duplexes is a pole on the same side of the road as the duplexes. So the duplexes, they install the pole on their side of the road, and
Got
it's
it.
overhead. And they drop down the
Oh,
pole.
no, I'm talking about the electric for the,
For the
cro-
new-
for
they
the
haven't-
walking, for the walk signal that they're gonna put in on
Oh,
Washington
no,
Street
they
on
haven't
top of
done
it. Okay,
And they haven't done any electrical for, that's the
The
last
site.
thing you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Underground.
they had a trench open, I thought I might ask.
Yeah.
Mr. Kranz?
I thought the most interesting thing that we learned at John Carroll was regarding the water table situation. And that, remember, during the deliberations with the site plan review, we heard from the butters that were concerned about that their properties regularly had water issues already, and they were concerned that the development would exacerbate those water issues. But as a matter of fact, what's happened is exactly the opposite, that that the work that they've done at John Carroll for stormwater management has been so successful that it's actually dropped some of the water table, so that even though we had one of the rainiest summers ever last summer, and we had a very rainy spring, apparently the neighbors have said they haven't seen any water. I mean, it's been better.
Yeah, we
So
got over
that's
an inch,
phenomenal.
we got over an inch the night before we did the sidewalk.
That's right.
And even the detention pond in the back wasn't full,
No.
so, yeah.
I just wanted to make that comment for the public to say that, when these things are conducted well and designed well with the right oversight and judgment, the knockoff effects can be positive. So this is a win for everybody.
Yeah. And that goes to DPW's stormwater.
Yep.
That's what Mr. Van Skelwick was doing before he became director. Anything else?
Well, I was gonna, just one more tiny comment on the subject, on all the work. I think one of the positives that I've seen is the fact that some of these new projects have brought in new engineering in town too. So we see new engineering, we see a new thought process.
Yep.
Particularly the engineering at Panther Place, brought in a very strong team there. Conservation had to issue, I want to say 14, something along the lines of 14 notices
Yeah, I
of intent
understand.
individually
Yeah.
over there. So they took a different stand in the way they're doing it. In the old days of years ago by, they would issue one permit for the project, and they found that to be not a practice that was beneficial, because there could be things torn up over here that were left, and people couldn't get necessarily certificates of compliance later, much later. So by handling it, they took a lot of extra time with conservation and the developer, and so now someone's gonna come in, we're gonna get a logical notice of intent for the lot that they own, and one at a time. I think all these things we learned, from going through it, and that's a good thing.
Fantastic. Anything else?
Yeah, I had one thing, but I forgot it now.
Quick, a motion to adjourn.
That's right.
There's something else.
So anyway, just to double check, we'll check with the town hall in the morning, make sure we can do the meeting
Yeah,
on Monday.
I will double check in the
Appreciate
morning on the
that.
9th, and then I will make sure I draft the agenda and everything, so I don't forget.
Fantastic, thank you.
And if it changes, we have to get back to
Yeah.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, I have to draft a letter to her to
Okay.
send it to the,
Cool.
kind of.
Mr. Dissing's had
Town
20
meeting.
seconds. Have you?
Town meeting discussion, this is still on the agenda.
Do we need to discuss it? You were there.
You know why? Because I added town meeting discussion and then printed out the other copy of it, so I have the other one with me. Thank you. Town meeting discussion, we kind of covered it. I want to say thank you. As I said earlier, we discussed it before. The town meeting last evening, the warrant articles were approved in order. There was great discussion on some of them. Our articles regarding
Definition.
The definitions
The light in-
and-
light industry.
and the lead industry,
Yes.
Mark did a great job explaining it, and I don't even think there were any questions.
Nice,
Sweet.
nice work.
Yeah, exactly. And the citizens petition carried without any opposition. So that is now going to be rezoned, and I believe Mr. Archambault has already been contacted by the proponent, the owner of the property, has an engineering firm already working on it. So there's an opportunity, hopefully, that we'll see some compliant businesses over there.
Good.
And solve that bailiwick.
Yes, that was to me too.
Anything else you want to talk about from last night?
I mean, momentarily remembered what I was gonna say.
No, please do. Did you forget again? That's the challenge.
Write it down fast.
Let's go, I'll bring it up later.
Okay.
Good.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Oh, no, we got it.
No, please don't.
I'll just mention it after the meeting.
Okay.
Mark Archambault and another group of people represented from the planning board, DPW, and conservation worked extensively on
Oh, the OSRD.
OSRD
Yep.
regulations, rules and regulations.
Thank you.
We think we're done. Oh, you
They're
have-
very
Oh,
close.
that's right, we're so close.
They will be distributed to the planning board very soon.
Okay.
You're
That
a
should
thing
be
of
in Mark's
beauty.
Yes.
report, incidentally, I shouldn't have to remember.
Yes, I forgot, yeah, so many things lately.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
poor Mark got a phone call from me today. We talked at 11 o'clock, and I had a very short night's sleep last night, and I was going at him a mile a minute.
Yes,
I
like,
think I take the cake on that one.
And
Yes.
Barry.
Oh, wait,
We didn't.
We haven't voted to
We haven't
adjourn.
done to adjourn yet.
We haven't eyed.
Okay.
I need a second.
Move to adjourn.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.